The newest pressure on Harley-Davidson comes in the form of the new in 2016 Indian Springfield. Named a bagger by the Indian marketing folks, it is much closer to the truth to call it a tour bike. Before you start shaking your head, I would point out that big touring fairings are a relatively recent feature, and that back in the day. This is what American touring models looked like. Back in 1901, when George Hendy brought in Oscar Hedstrom to help power his bicycle designs, he couldn't have known that he was launching a legacy that would, off and on, be in operation through the entirety of the 20th century and into the future. Yet, here we are in 2016 with a revamped Indian motorcycle company that is thriving under the Polaris umbrella and taking a serious bite out of the domestic motorcycle market, a slice of the pie that for many years was under the de facto monopoly of HD. They say that competition is good for the market, and I believe that the recent success of Indian products has forced Harley out of its complacency and driven innovations that may never have happened. Or at least not yet. Indian worked in plenty of nostalgic touches here and there on the Springfield while it tackled the more pragmatic issues with an eye to modern performance. This new ride is meant to serve as a tribute to the original Indian factory in Springfield, Massachusetts, so join me whilst I evaluate how they did. Design: roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. This was my first thought looking at the touring features on the Springfield, and the way you can quickly, sans tools, convert this sled from an old school tour bike to a boulevard cruiser. The factory took steps to make sure the quick connect mounting hardware did not offend the eye with the hang-on equipment removed, and they even included a split seat designed to allow you to quickly remove the pillion pad for that solo appeal. This is definitely a bike with a Gemini personality. Chassis: typically, one would expect large bikes like this to ride on a welded, tubular steel frame, but not the Springfield. The engineers started out on a cast aluminum frame, a construct that leaves us with a stiff, but light, starting point. A 25-degree steering head keeps the front end tucked in, and the 5.2-inch trail helps make this bagger/tourer behave much better in the turns than you would expect from a bike that tops 850 pounds, wet. Another thing that aids in cornering is the 5.6 inches of ground clearance that allows you to lean into the turns quite a bit before you start throwing sparks. Drivetrain: when Indian relaunched under the Polaris banner, it came out with a completely new, factory-built engine. The designers obviously made aesthetics a front-burner issue, and the resulting Thunderstroke 111 engine is unquestionably good-looking with plenty of little details that folks familiar with antique American engines will definitely appreciate. This mill is a far cry from the S&S Evo lumps used in the previous Springfield by Indian's former owners. Price: the Springfield comes with a starting MSRP of $20,999 for Thunder Black, pretty much in line with the genre, and actually a bit more expensive than the fairly comparable HD Road King. It can also be had in Indian Motorcycle Red for $21,449. New for 2017, Indian added two-tone colors: steel gray over burgundy metallic or blue sapphire over star silver for $22,099.